Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome to Seed Sunday. Seed Sunday is a weekly series I run on my channel where I show you seeds for Minecraft Xbox and Minecraft PlayStation that are particularly unique or worth checking out in some way. And I guess here they are then. I'm sorry I couldn't resist, but I mean seeds that you type into the world generator that will give you a predetermined world. And this week's seed is a challenge seed. So challenge seeds are something I do every now and then for Seed Sunday, where you can load up this world and then try and do all the challenges I've listed in the description. It's a fun way to give yourself some, predetermined targets. And in addition to being just challenges to do, this is a survival island challenge seed. And it's a real survival island. And you might be wondering what I mean by that. But basically, if you have a survival island that's like, say this side in the middle of an ocean, and it just has one tree on it, it actually counts as an ocean biome, which means no mobs can actually spawn on the land. And it's kind of dull, kind of lame. And, no one really wants that, do they? Whereas this jungle survival island I have, one, it's a jungle. So it's not something you're going to experience all the time, especially amongst survival islands. It's quite a rare find, if I can say so myself. Second of all, it means that because it's a jungle, you can actually spawn in the cows, the pigs, all the other animals you need, and it means that, the island feels more real, there's more things to do, and it just means it's a more fun experience in general. So, please do like the video if you do like it. It would help out the channel a lot, and it lets me know that you liked it. And the seed is Toycat62. That's right, Toycat62 on screen right now. Pretty simple seed, and if you do type this in, you'll spawn in down here on the beach over here. And it's a pretty nice view from the beach. You can just about see some mushroom islands off in the distance, both sides, but they're the only things you can see on this island, and even then, that's only on the Xbox One and PS4. So, that's a really cool thing about this, in my opinion, because even though there's other islands on the map, you can't even see them from the island, and if you're following the challenges in the description, you can't even go there till you've done 10 separate challenges. So, I think that was a pretty cool thing there. The also cool thing about this being a jungle survival island is that you might be thinking, oh, there's too much wood, that kind of ruins the challenge, like you don't have to grow the trees yourself, but it's kind of the opposite. Like, there's so much wood that you have to destroy the trees if you want to have somewhere to build, because right now you can see there's just trees in the way. You can't build anything anywhere here unless it's on top of like the tallest tree, but if you want to have space to actually build, you have to knock down the trees, and that's kind of a fun thing. So one of the challenges is to not chop down all of the trees on this island. You can of course regrow them somewhere else, but they're just inconvenient. Like, look at this, it's just getting rid of all the building space, and I think that's a cool little challenge for a survival island. On top of that, all the other challenges I mentioned, and to help you out with that stuff, there is, caves and stuff below the island, but one thing that might help you out, if you want a little bit of a spoiler, is if you head down here, at these coordinates just here, you can actually find yourself a mob spawner. So this is handy to get yourself some XP, to get to level 30, and it's also handy because, there's the music disc 13 in here, and who doesn't love listening to 13? It's such brilliant music. So there's also bread, a bucket, some just basic stuff, and there's also spiders to kill, which I wouldn't recommend using a diamond shovel to do, but you can do that too. This also links into a cave, a pretty low down cave, which means you can find gold, diamonds, lapis, all that sort of stuff, and there's even an easy patch bit right here. So if you decide to turn this into UHC survival island, which is a really fun way to do it, then this is how you can make it even more insane than that. Because you collecting gold. Like if it's UHC survival island, all this gold's going to come in useful. Look how many veins there's. Like one up there, one down there. There's one just over there. There's a lot of gold in this cave, which is pretty cool. So there's also a lot of lava, a lot of lapis, all the other stuff you expect to find down here. And let's move on from here. So once you've completed your first 5 challenges, as you can read in the description, you'll actually unlock the ability to go to the Nether. So obviously you have to make your own Nether portal, but where I'd recommend doing it is just over here, because otherwise it'll be inside a cave. But if you make it these coordinates roughly over here, when you head into the Nether, a sheep came through here. That's probably unfortunate for the sheep. But you'll spawn in behind this big pillar of lava. Like, it'll actually fall down in front of you as you're in the world, which I think is really cool by itself. And on top of that, there's some easy Nether quartz, and it means it's like kind of a fun journey to get to the fortress in the world, because the fortress is quite far away from the the island. So it means you have to jump across this gap. It means you have to run across this big open area where guards can see you, and they're probably going to fire upon you if they do see you. And then just over here is where the Nether Fortress is, where there's a bunch of blazes, a bunch of magma cubes, all that sort of stuff, making it a very dangerous Nether. On top of that, by the way, there's this funny little floating island here. I wish this was the place where the island spawned, because it'd be pretty fitting to have a Nether survival island. But this isn't unfortunately where it spawns. This is the Nether Fortress. I think it's quite cool. And you look around, you see some blaze spawners, you see all that sort of stuff. There is some chests here, so if you are playing UHC and you really need the diamonds, you really need some gold for golden apples, there is some stuff to be found. But I'll leave that up to you to find. Pretty cool Nether Fortress, pretty cool way to get to it. You have to go round the big pillar of lava right here. And let's head back to the real world and let's show you what else is going on with the seed. So, okay, we're back in the real world now, and in the real world, like I mentioned, or as you can see in the actual challenges down below. Once you get 10 challenges done, you can actually leave this island. So, of course, if you're playing without the challenges, you can do this anytime you want, and this still applies. But if you are following the rules, it's kind of a success thing to me, I think, when you completed them and you can leave the island, because this is a cool island and all, but eventually, you know, Jungle Wood itself isn't going to be interesting enough for you. You're going to want to get some mushrooms, maybe. They're a pretty cool mob, or maybe even trade villagers, and once you've, you know, done your challenges, you can leave the island and do that. So, if you head to this mushroom island over here, you know, you can just about see it from the island. From this mushroom island, you can very clearly see the massive desert island that's actually to the south. So, yeah, this is the desert island. This is kind of the other big island on the map. It's slightly bigger than the jungle island, and it's where a lot of cool stuff is to be found. So, the big part of that is the plains biome here. So, you know, you can reward yourself with a horse, and on top of just being able to reward yourself with a horse, you can reward yourself with NPC villager trading, which is pretty nice in my opinion. Get yourself some emeralds, trade that for some other cool stuff they'll sell. You can get yourself some carrots and potatoes if you haven't already. And there's also an abandoned mineshaft just next to the village, which you can head down into. So these coordinates just here will lead you into an abandoned mineshaft. There is a, you know, chest just over here. Let's quickly potion ourselves. There's a chest just over here where you can get some iron horse armor, as well as some redstone and bread. But the cool thing about this to me is it's you know, abandoned mineshaft, which has a mob spawner going through it. So yeah, if you head along this way far enough, it goes like on for ever and ever and ever for some reason. But yeah, and midway through, you'll actually see it crosses with a mob spawner, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it just literally runs through the mob spawner. It confuses even the zombie just here. Look at him, he doesn't understand. And inside this mob spawner, you can find yourself some diamond horse armor, the cat music disc, of course, the best music disc, and this chest just over here, you get yourself 2 name tags, 2 saddles, and another copy of cat. There's so many copies of cat when I type in seeds. It must be because it's toy cat in the seed. But yeah, so also if you just look over there, you might be confused what this water thing was all about. Yeah, there's just water running through the abandoned mineshaft. It's pretty cool, like the way this abandoned mineshaft is set up. Like it just runs on forever and ever in every direction. So yeah, let's head out of this place and let's show you what else is going on in the seed, because there's a bunch of other cool stuff on this island. So after you're done here, you've got yourself a couple pairs of horse armor, you've got a couple name tags, and a couple saddles, which is enough for you and a friend to have a named, saddled, you know, armored up horse. And that means one of the challenges, which is actually getting, you know, your horse back to the mainland, is a pretty fun one, because, you know, even though you've done this, that's your true home over there in the distance, just off the left there. And yeah, that's something. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, if you look directly at something, your rend distance is shorter than when it's in the corner of your vision. I don't know entirely why that is, something to do with field of view. But just thought I'd mention that, because you might be confused as to why it appears and then it disappears. But yeah, that is your true home over there, the jungle island to the north. So another cool thing about this, besides just trading, horses, and the abandoned mineshaft, is if you head to these coordinates just over here, you can actually find the stronghold. So, of course, don't look at my map right now. If you don't want to know where the stronghold is, just skip, you know, 4 to 3 minutes in the video. But these are the coordinates for the stronghold just down here. And the cool thing about this stronghold is if you look up here, by the way, it's so vertical as well as, like, so strange. But the stronghold actually intersected with an abandoned mineshaft, which means there's just, you know, random stuff going through again. And on top of just on top of just an abandoned mineshaft, it intersected with 2 ravines. So, it's going through this ravine just over here. And if you head through here far enough, I think we go, like, left there. It's really confusing. Like, this is a very broken stronghold, basically. But it intersects through 2 ravines. If we can... There we go. The second one. It's very, very strange in that way. Because, like, there's just a staircase here leading to nowhere. And then leading down here. And then there's another one going down here. But then the door leads to... It's a very strange, you know, stronghold, like they all are. But on top of just being that weird and going through 2 ravines, one of the ravines that it goes through... Also, the abandoned mineshaft it goes through. But also, one of the ravines it goes through... If we can actually find our way out of this place, because it is a little confusing. One of the ravines it goes through actually has a spawner inside it. So it's very sneakily hidden over here in the corner. But there is a cave spider spawner here, and there is another iron horse armor and another saddle, in case you have another friend that joins and you want to give him armor. So yeah, there's also more spiders to kill, in case that's your thing. But I just thought it was really cool that inside a ravine this low down, which has a stronghold going through it and an abandoned mineshaft, there's also a mob spawner. So much stuff going on in these ravines, a lot of craziness to be had. Just look at this. Like, what sense does this even make? Like, the water's pouring down from this because it just doesn't have a floor. It's very, very strange place. I couldn't find the end portal, so it's a real challenge to find the end portal and go to the end here. And I think that's what makes this brilliant. Like, just look at this. I think it really is brilliant, just the challenge you have to go through to get anything done here. And yeah, I think that's pretty great personally. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, of course, because I know some people might want a simple, straightforward abandoned mineshaft and or you know, a stronghold, sorry. that doesn't cut through a ravine and a cave spider spawner, but this is what's going on here. I think it's interesting, I think it's cool, and I think the seed in general is a fun challenge. So let me know if you do take up this challenge. Let me know how many you get done before you do it. Do you think if you do this in UHC, let me know too, and let me know if you want to see me do this for a live stream. Like, I could potentially do a live stream of me doing Jungle Survival Island, because I think it's a fun enough thing, and I think, you know, there's no point saying challenges if you don't do them yourself. So yeah, again, let me know in the comments down below. That's always the best way to do pretty much anything, if you want to let me know about anything, or follow me on Twitter at IBXToyCat. Like the video if you did like it, share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new. Look at this island, by the way. Subscribe if you're new around here. I do all sorts of Minecraft console videos, just like this one, including Seed Sunday every Sunday, a Let's Play every Monday, and a bunch of other tips during the week that might help you out. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.